You came back. Day 2. Do you know what that means? It means you are already doing better than most people who ever start a challenge. Most people stop. You didn't. And today, we are going to take your shadowing practice somewhere exciting, somewhere emotional, somewhere that makes language stick in your brain the way nothing else can. Today, we shadow like actors. Today, we use the rhythm and feeling of real storytelling to build your spoken English. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to the Porchlight English, the podcast that helps you build real English confidence one day at a time. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Ryan. And if you are here for day 2, welcome back. Seriously, the fact that you showed up again today matters. Every day you come back is a day your English gets stronger.
If this is your very first episode, welcome. We are in the middle of a 30-day English shadowing challenge. Go back to day 1 first. We explain everything there. Then come back here and continue. Every episode builds on the last.
Yesterday on day 1, we learned what shadowing is, and we did our very first practice together. Today, day 2, we go deeper. We're going to talk about how to use storytelling and emotional language to make shadowing even more powerful. And we're going to practice together with real sentences that you would actually hear in everyday life.
Please follow or subscribe to the Porchlight English so you get every day of this challenge automatically. Okay, Ryan, day 2. Let's build.
Let's start with something that changed the way I think about language learning. A question. Why do you still remember lines from films you watched years ago? Why can people quote movies word for word but struggle to remember grammar rules they studied last week?
Because memory is emotional. When language is connected to a feeling, excitement, laughter, sadness, surprise, your brain files it differently. It doesn't just store the words, it stores the feeling attached to those words, and that makes them far easier to recall.
Think about learning the word nervous. You could read the definition, feeling worried or uneasy about something uncertain. Fine, you know what it means. But now imagine watching a character before a huge moment, hands shaking, voice quiet, taking one deep breath, and they turn to their friend and say, "I am so nervous right now." You didn't just learn the word, you felt it, and now it lives in you differently.
That emotional connection is exactly what we want to build in today's session. Not just copying sounds mechanically, but letting the meaning and the feeling come through your voice as you shadow. That is what separates good shadowing from great shadowing.
And here is something powerful. When you put emotion into your voice while shadowing, your brain takes it more seriously. It says, "This matters. Hold on to this." Which means the language sticks longer and comes back faster.
So today's challenge is not just say the words correctly. Today's challenge is say the words and mean them, feel them. Let your voice carry the feeling. Before we practice, 3 things I want you to actively listen for whenever you shadow. Not just in today's session, but every session. These 3 things will transform your shadowing from copying into real language learning.
Thing 1. Stress. In English, we stress certain words. We make them louder, longer, heavier. And that stress carries meaning. Listen to these 2 versions of the same sentence. "I love this" versus "I love this." Same words, different stress, different feeling. When you shadow, try to hit the stressed words the same way the speaker does.
Thing 2. The wave. Native speakers don't speak at a flat, even speed. They create a wave, fast on the small words, slow on the important words. Words like the, and, of, to. These go fast, almost disappear. Words that carry meaning, names, verbs, key nouns, Slow down slightly. When you shadow that wave, your English suddenly sounds much more natural.
Thing 3. Emotion. This is the one I love most. Listen to what the speaker's voice does when they feel something. Excitement makes the voice go higher, faster. Sadness makes it slower, softer. Confidence makes it steady and clear. When you shadow, don't be a robot. Be an actor. Bring the feeling in.
Shadow like an actor. That's the instruction for today. And I know it might feel strange at first. You're in your room copying sentences and trying to sound emotional, and you feel a little bit silly. That is completely normal. That silliness is just your brain meeting something new. Push through it, because on the other side, confidence.
Let's talk about how to shadow content beyond this podcast. Because this challenge is meant to build habits you carry everywhere.
The best content to shadow as a beginner. Animated films. Yes, really. Films designed for families. The language is clear, emotionally expressive, and the sentences are not too long or complicated. Perfect for shadowing. Plus, the stories are wonderful. You actually enjoy watching, which means you're more likely to keep going.
Another great strategy. Shadow films you've already seen. In your own language, your own culture, whatever story you know and love. If you already know the story, your brain isn't working to follow the plot. It's free to focus completely on the English sounds and rhythm. That makes shadowing so much more effective.
And the technique? Pause and replay. You don't watch a whole film in one sitting for shadowing practice. You find one scene, 1 minute, one moment. You replay it. You listen for the stress and the wave and the emotion. Then you shadow it. Then you replay it again and shadow again. One good scene, practiced deeply, teaches you more than an entire film watched passively once.
One sentence practiced 50 times will change your English more than 50 sentences practiced once. That's the principle. Go deep, not wide, especially at the beginning of this journey.
Time to practice. Today's theme is courage and confidence, because these are some of the most useful feelings to express in English. And the language around these feelings is clear, natural, and powerful. I'll say each sentence twice. Shadow after me. Out loud. Full voice. Put the feeling in.
I believe in myself, even when it is hard. I am not going to let fear stop me. Every step forward is progress, every single one. I have come too far to stop now. I am stronger than I think I am. Today, I choose to keep going.
How did that feel? Did you put emotion in your voice, or did you just say the words flat? Try one of those sentences again right now. This time, really mean it. Because those sentences, they're not just practice, they are true for you right now in this challenge.
That last one, today I choose to keep going. That's day 2 of a 30-day challenge speaking. And you're here, so you already chose it. Now let's practice storytelling rhythm, short, clear sentences with a natural wave. This is the rhythm you hear in films, in podcasts, in real conversation. Shadow along with me. Try to follow just a tiny bit behind. Stay in the flow. I believe in myself, even when it is hard. I am not going to let fear stop me. Every step forward is progress, every single one. I have come too far to stop now. I am stronger than I think I am. Today, I choose to keep going.
How did that feel? Did you put emotion in your voice, or did you just say the words flat? Try one of those sentences again right now. This time, really mean it. Because those sentences, they're not just practice, they are true for you right now in this challenge.
That last one. Today I choose to keep going. That's day 2 of a 30-day challenge speaking. And you're here, so you already chose it. Now let's practice storytelling rhythm. Short, clear sentences with a natural wave. This is the rhythm you hear in films, in podcasts, in real conversation. Shadow along with me. Try to follow just a tiny bit behind. Stay in the flow. I didn't always speak English well. In fact, I used to avoid it completely. I was afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding wrong. But then I decided to try something different. I started listening every day. I started repeating out loud. Slowly, things began to change. My ear got sharper, my mouth got more comfortable, and one day I realized I was doing it. I was actually speaking English.
Did you feel the wave in that paragraph? Short sentences, clear rhythm, each one landing cleanly. That is the music of natural English. And the more you shadow passages like that, the more your own speaking starts to carry that same music.
And those words, in fact, afraid of, began to change. My ear got sharper. These are everyday phrases, not complicated at all, but they sound powerful because of how they're arranged and delivered. That's the lesson of today. Simple words, right order, right feeling.
Now let's do one longer passage, 3 or 4 sentences together. This time, try to shadow me at almost the same time. Don't wait for the end of the sentence. Follow right behind, like a shadow. Some days are harder than others. Some days you feel like you're not making progress. But progress is often quiet. It happens in small moments you don't even notice. Until one day you realize, you understand more, you speak more easily, you feel more confident. That day is coming. It is already on its way.
Say that last one again out loud. It is already on its way. Because it is, for your English, right now.
And notice what we did with that paragraph. The sentences are short, one idea at a time. We slowed down on the important words: progress, confident, coming. We let the emotion build gradually. That's how storytelling in English works, and that's how you're going to sound, when you practice this enough times that it becomes natural.
Let me tell you something I've seen again and again with learners who use shadowing seriously. A student I worked with, dedicated, hardworking, but very quiet in English. She barely spoke. Even when she knew the answer, she stayed silent. The fear of being wrong was louder than the desire to speak.
Sound familiar?
She started shadowing, just 15 minutes a day. She picked sentences she loved, from films, from songs, from podcasts. She shadowed them until they lived in her mouth, until she didn't have to think about the words. They just came.
And 3 weeks later, she raised her hand in a group session and answered a question in English. Not perfectly, not without stumbling, but she spoke, out loud, in front of people. And nobody laughed. And she didn't die. And something shifted in her after that. She knew she could do it.
That shift from I can't to I did, that's what consistent practice builds. Not instantly, not magically, but steadily, day by day. Which is why this is a 30-day challenge, not a one-day miracle, a 30-day journey.
Before we close, your day 2 homework. And I promise this one is genuinely enjoyable.
Tonight, find something you love, a film, a short video, a story, anything in English. Find one moment, one sentence, one line that makes you feel something. Funny, moving, exciting, whatever it is. Find that line.
Then shadow it. Say it out loud 10 times. Copy the voice, the emotion, the rhythm. Make it yours.
And then come to the comments and share it. Tell us what the line is. Tell us where it's from. Tell us how it made you feel. We want to know, and we will read every single one. The comments on this channel are one of our favorite things.
And if you notice something different in your voice after practicing that one line, if it feels even a tiny bit more natural the 10th time than the first, that is progress. Small, quiet, real progress. Notice it. Celebrate it. Then come back tomorrow for day 3.
Let's wrap up day 2 with the 3 big takeaways.
1. Emotion makes language stick. When you connect feeling to words, your brain holds onto them longer and retrieves them faster. Shadow with feeling, not just sound.
2. Listen for stress, the wave, and emotion in every piece of English you shadow. These 3 things are what make natural English sound natural.
3. Go deep, not wide. One sentence, one line, practiced many times, teaches you more than many sentences practiced once. Quality of practice over quantity.
Day 3 is coming. We're going to talk about the rhythm of English, the music underneath the words, and once you start hearing it, you'll never listen to English the same way again.
Thank you so much for being here, for showing up, for opening your mouth, for doing the work. Please follow or subscribe to the Porchlight English. New episode every day for 30 days. Share this with someone who is on this journey with you.
From the Porchlight English, keep the light on. We'll see you tomorrow for day 3.
Bye for now. Keep shadowing.